international chess professionals converge in St. Louis for the 2017 Spring Chess Classic. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome back to the 2017 Spring Chess Classic. Today saw round 4 for Groups A and B, and round 5 for Group C. Some players are now logically eliminated from contention for top place, but there's still half of this tournament to be played. The 2017 Spring Chess Classic features a combined prize fund of more than 50 grand. Win the top prize in Group A, that will get you $6,000. $4,000 is the prize for Group B, and the top prize for Group C is $5,000. That's because Group C is actually stronger than Group B. At the top of Group A, Jeffrey Zhang has a new buddy, and his name is Sandro Mareco, the Argentinian Grandmaster who today, with the black pieces, defeated Grandmaster Kacheishvili. So it's good to have you here for the first time. Thank you for joining me. And Sandro, this is your first tournament in the United States ever, right?
Yeah, it's the first tournament because I never come to United States before. It's the first time in United States also.
How did you get hooked up with this tournament?
Yeah, for me it was very good to be invited to play here because I never play in a tournament like that. Normally I don't play closed tournaments, and I never play a tournament of this strength.
Well, this is a pretty strong tournament. Take us through your victory today over Kacheishvili.
He played rook f4. I think on h5 also, but he comes here and I don't see nothing special to do here. For that reason I takes, and knight c6. Yeah, here if he change that on knight c4, here I have knight e5, maybe it's equal position again, but I don't have any problem, I feel, here. He played rook c4, but I think that this was good because I have rook h5. It's strange, but maybe it works well. He plays queen d3, rook h5. Yeah, here maybe I am better because I'm training bishop e5. And if he plays king here, I have a lot of possibilities. But here I have rook e8, rook f8. Well, I have a lot of possibilities, and I am well here. And also it's possible to takes and knight e5. Takes on h2 and this, but okay, all the positions are okay, I think, for me. But he played knight c4, and here I play bishop e5. It's complicated because looks like he have rook takes, but it's not so fantastic because I have this move. Because if I take, he takes, I have problems with this rook. For that reason, here. Yeah, here I'm thinking also in this c3, but after c3 I think rook f8. Also it's possible to play king h8, but I think that this is possible. Rook f8, and here if he takes, I think on that move, because I train him rook f2, and also to take the rook, and if he play, for example, rook c4, I have this. I think that I'm better. If he plays like that, I think that I have takes, because if he takes I have this, and if he plays like that, I have this move also, training this, and maybe will be winning. Here if he plays takes, I takes, and I train in the rook, and also here, for example, if he plays like that, I think that I have this move. This, and check. I win here. Also, the other move will be possible for him is like that, but I think that I am better here. Yeah, it's always a complicated position, yeah, but I feel that maybe I am better after in this position. He takes here, bishop takes. Yeah, maybe here I feel very well because it's difficult to play for him, and always I have perpetual checks or some kind of traits like queen f7 to play bishop c3 and rook h1. For that my training is queen f7, bishop g3, rook a1, and some mates. But he played rook, and I played rook c8 because this rook was a very good rook for him. For that reason, rook f5, rook. Yeah, during the game, thinking on e4 also. But here, I think that maybe bishop e5, this, here, and this. I think that maybe I am winning here. I don't see nothing for him. Maybe he have something, but I don't see. I didn't see nothing here because I have a lot of trades and I feel that maybe he's lost here. But yeah, he plays c3, and after takes here, this is not possible to take because check and mate. If he plays, for example, like that, I come here and he don't have nothing to do because queen h3 win. Come here, yeah, and here is, yeah, this don't works. It's the only move, but because rook f2 is mate, but here, and after king h7, he lost some time, but the position he don't have nothing to do more because check king d8 and I come with the king here to a7 and it's totally winning for me.
And that's all she wrote. Sandro, you mentioned that you had a very busy schedule recently in the chess world and you're taking a break from chess for a little bit. Tell us about that.
No, I play a lot of tournaments in a row. Before that, I play 5 tournaments, I think. And after that, maybe I try to train a lot for the World Chess Cup because I qualify a few days before come here. I qualify in the zonal tournament in Argentina.
Very cool. Well, good luck in that and the rest of this tournament, of course, because he's at the top of the leaderboard, Group A, Sandro Mareco. So let's take a look at the standings after 4 rounds have been played in Group A. Even though we have 2 at the top, every player in Group A is still within striking distance. The results have been pretty even thus far. Here are your pairings for Saturday, May 20 and Sunday, May 21. Keep an eye on boards 1 and 2 on Saturday, as Zhang and Mareco, respectively, have white. And then on Sunday, on board 5, Zhang and Mareco play each other in what is sure to be the key game of the day. We'll have a weekend recap video for you up Sunday night. My guest at this time from Group B, JJ Ali Marandi, Turkish International Master. Today you had the black pieces and walked away with a win over International Master Abdumalik. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Take us through the game and show us what happened.
I was happy after BC, and C5 because if she would take, knight G4, bishop here, knight takes, king takes. And I was thinking G3 and I wasn't sure what's going on because if white captures, I take, check, and rook f7, and she can't protect the h2 and the queen at the same time. And there's no check on d4 because the knight's protecting. So everything was working out perfectly for me. But after g3, I was thinking I would play something like bishop e6. I'm threatening knight e3, and maybe I'm better because I can't really play knight e3 now. She takes, and there's like perpetuals from g6. So I wasn't very sure about it. Same goes for queen b6, king h1. And yeah, still I can't really go for the exchange because takes here. Same scenario after here. Takes, and now queen d6. I mean, it's very unclear. If I take, it's probably like a draw, or I don't know, maybe even better for white after this. So I wasn't really sure what's going on, but bishop e6 should be good enough. h3, I was a little surprised. Knight h7. I actually don't know if this is a good move because I thought I could play queen a5. Some reason I was calculating on the bishop d2 where e3 just wins. Because if queen takes bishop d4, I just pin the queen and the king. And if bishop takes, the c3 knight is hanging. But she can play knight a4, as she said after the game, or even knight e2, which I was thinking. and white's actually fine because if I take, and white rescues the rook on a1. So I played bishop f6. At least I'm trying to play on the g file. Maybe bring my queen to g7, put some pressure on the long diagonal, like that. And I just want to use the g file. So rook c1. I was slightly surprised. I was expecting rook b1 maybe to bring the rook on the 7th, but really it's not easy to play because I can go queen a5, let's say, and she can't really move the knight this time because after I take, any rook captures and knight on here is h4 is hanging. So if she has to play that, I have the ideas with e3 here as well. So that's why she didn't play rook b1, she played rook c1 with the idea to protect the knight on c3. If I attack it, she can just defend with bishop e3. That's the whole concept. But I really wasn't looking at the queen side at this point. I wanted to use the g file with the rooks and queen. She's trying to build a fortress with g3, knight g2. Otherwise, I just play whatever and I'm maybe better. Because my idea was like to play queen here, queen f8. Maybe if I can get this, that would be great. But she will just play g3, knight e2, knight g2, and she would be fine. So I played rook b8. Maybe I'll use the b file as well. Rook on a8 wasn't doing much. Bishop b3 and, well, okay. Now the bishop is kind of useless. Queen e8, I'm threatening to go to h5, g3. Now I can't really go to h5 because she can play here. And I can actually go back and I'm still fine, of course. But I just played queen f7, not showing my intentions. Maybe I'll double on the g file with rooks, or I might play queen g7. So I have two main ideas. King h2, I decided to double. And she was very low on time. She had like a minute or two, and it was move 26. So I thought I have to bring more pieces into the game, so I play knight g5. I'm not very certain if this sacrifice is winning, close to winning, or even good, but my intuition told me that it cannot be so bad because basically all white pieces are stuck and they're not doing much. So even if I'm a piece down just for a pawn, and if I'm attacking with her low time, I should be fine. Knight e2, this was actually good. I was expecting rook f1, honestly, and knight g1. But this is like very passive. I can just play rook h7, try to double on the h file, and I have like all the time in the world. So she played knight f4, trying to at least exchange some pieces, but I wanted to keep everything on the board. Knight f3 was a threat, bishop d1, rook b2. Now I invaded also on the second, king h1, knight f3, takes. And this is pretty much lost, but because the idea is we checked this after the game. But now I have my bishop on d7 finally working after f4, and bishop h3 is coming. Knight e6, takes, queen h5. This was a nice mate. And takes, check. Knight h4 and g4 is made because the rook finally works. Knight h4 I took. Okay, this is like resignation. Maybe g4 was better try, but this is also lost, of course. And this she resigned because after takes, queen f3 check, and rook f2. And that's it.
So with 2.5 points, you're a point and a half behind the leader in Group B. We're virtually at the halfway point at this point in time after round 4. What do you see your chances are for taking Group B at this point?
Well, I try to play every game at a time and not really consider the standings. Of course, I'll do my best to catch up the leaders, but I already played with one of them, and I lost yesterday.
Yeah.
So
it's not really in your hands anymore,
yeah,
to an extent.
So I'll be doing my best in the upcoming rounds. I have like 5 more games.
Right. So,
I mean, everything can change in this 5 rounds.
Of course. Now, also, you won the ICC Open, the Open of the Internet, the Internet Chess Club, which is the original pay server for online chess, which is amazing. Tell us a little about that.
Well, it's very nice to win such an open.
How many players were in that thing?
It was first a qualification event. There were 9 different qualifiers for 4 spots, and 9 or maybe 8. I'm not very certain. I think it was 8. And after that, the players qualified. Then there were like knockouts and eliminations, and I actually knocked out 5 GMs to win the event.
Very cool.
So in the qualifier, I actually qualified relatively easy, scoring 9.5 out of 11. And that was actually enough to qualify. And in the knockout stages, it was quite tough because the match format, it was like a match, it was 4-game match against tough GMs. And after I won the first game, I actually thought I could maybe win the event. I was confident, at least. Because online, it's different than playing over the board.
What was the time control?
The knockout stages, it was 3+0. But on the final only, there was a 10-game match with 3+0 and 3+2. 5 games of 3+0 and 5 games of 3+2. So after I got through the 3+0 time control and playing the final, I mean, I was at least confident that I could do something. I mean, after coming to the final, it's possible that I will win the event.
Well, that's pretty cool. I've got to admit, I've been kind of off the radar when it comes to the ICC for the past few years, so that's awesome to hear that you won that. So, congratulations today, JJ.
Thank you so much.
JJ Ali Marandi, middle of the pack in Group B. Speaking of Group B, let's take a look at those standings after 4 rounds have been played. The game of the day for Saturday, May 20, has to be board number 4. Awonder Liang taking on Alexander Lenderman. The 2 leaders meet each other on Sunday, board number 3, as Christian Karilla takes on Awonder Liang. At the time of this recording, both players sit atop of the leaderboard with 4 out of 4. Someone's O, in the losing column that is, has got to go. Group C is all about Ilya Nizhnik and Sam Sevian. On Saturday, May 20, it's the showdown we've been waiting for, as the 2 leaders face off on board number 1. And below that, round 7 for Group C is Sunday, May 21. Stay with us through Wednesday, May 24th, as every round begins at 1 p.m., with the exception of the final day. See the move by move live as it happens at chess24.com and uschesschamps.com.